Hello and welcome to Veggie Patch Ideas. Today it is all about what we are sowing in September. Now, looking at the desk in front of me, we are cramped for space. We're in the polytunnel and it is an absolute abundance of cucumbers and tomatoes in here. But let's focus on what's coming next. So the next stage of the growing season, and it's all your cool season crops. So we're going to start out with spinach, and this one is spinach matador. So that will be my first sowing, and then I'm going to move on to some beautiful curly kale, and let's get some of these sown up whilst we go. So the curly kale, sow it very shallow, otherwise it will just not germinate. So pop a few seeds, just broadcast over the top, and then just mix them in very gently, and that's all you'll need. And we'll put this on the pile to be watered. Now, next up, like I said, first of all, we had the giant matador spinach. I'm going to go with two other varieties of spinach. This is Giganti. Now, apparently, this is excellent for cold resistance. Not very good now when we're in a boiling hot polytunnel, but I'm thinking the future, and this is going to take a good month to come up into a little plug anyway. So we'll be in October by then, and then it's possibly very wet and very cold. And I'm also going to go with spinach Apollo F1, and these are big seeds. So let's just get a few of these into the cell tray, and I'm using quite a deep cell tray, as you can see. It's just going to hold the moisture on these hot days, and I'm going to go 2 or 3 per cell because we want these to germinate. And just pop them down slightly. And then we'll go for the Apollo. And exactly the same. I have a load of these seeds, so I'm going to be generous on putting these on. So this goes into the watering pile. Let's keep that's going to keep my table nice and sturdy. Now, of course, September is a month to go salad crazy, and we've got a lot. I've got the ones that were sown last month. These are all coming out really well, and these are lovely beautiful plug plants now, and these are ready to go in. Generally it would be the polytunnel. It's still full, I'm still harvesting, so these will go into the low tunnel or out in the ground, wherever you want. But I'm going to follow these up with some more, and I'm going to go with mixed red. So this is a mixed red leaf, and it should look something like this. And I'm going to follow that with Winter Destiny and All Year Round, and they're good doers for lettuce. I tend not to do the green stuff so much because it's just slug bait round here, so I tend to go more on the side of red lettuce. So let's pop that on one side. And when I say red lettuce, I mean, I have this packet and it's called Moon Red, and it's by Thompson and Morgan. And it wasn't the cheapest, but they are a very nice lettuce and fairly slug free, which is two of the most words that you want to hear when you're sowing lettuce. So let's pop these out. You don't get many in a pack with these. Normally lettuce you get absolutely thousands, but This seed supplier is fairly stingy. Right, so there's a good few in there, and again mix it around very, very lightly, and then this will go in a pile to be watered. Now the next few things we want in trays, of course, it's the spring onions, and this has failed so many times this year. I'm going to try again, but I'm going to try a different brand, and it's White Island. It's Hurricane, so it's a new one on me, but we're going to pop this one in as well. And exactly the same, we spread the seeds and we work those in. Now if you follow the channel, you'll know I love this stuff, and it does very well here in the south of England, and it's Kale, and it's a Chinese cabbage, but it grows more like spinach. So and the seeds kind of look like broccoli seeds. I'm on the last legs of this seed packet, so that's it, it's all over. So please germinate, please germinate. There we go. And again, flat them down, and again it's ready to be watered. Now you'll notice with these seeds, I'm not going to put them in trays. What I generally do, I put them outside on a table, and I let the weather get to it. Only if there's a big rainstorm I'll bring them in, but it seems to be the best way this time of year to get a steady germination. If I put them in the polytunnel all day, they're going to dry out too much. So it's on the table for these, and we'll see what's going to be direct sown in September as well. So what we'll do, we'll sow some radish and beetroot into the low tunnel, pop the lid on and just see what happens, and see if any germination occurs. So we prep the bed, and we just want one line of each for now. So we'll have our radish here, and then our beetroot next to it, and it's a simple case of just sowing directly into the line, and then closing it over. Now exactly the same for the beetroot and these bigger seeds. And then we just water these in. And then just to finish off, we will be sowing some rocket later on in the month. And the rocket we have now, it's going to do well, but I want a succession. So this is fine for now. But again, rocket later on towards the end of September. And that goes for Bright Lights chard, which I have here, and it's germinated. So again, if you haven't done it already, great time to do it now, but I will sow another lot towards the end of the month. And then finally, it's the ruby streak mustard, and again we have a load that have germinated, and these are brilliant, but they do bolt fast. So I'm holding my horses, and we're going to try these again towards the end of the month as well. And this is where they go, just on the table outside in all weathers. As always guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.